Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Minnesota versus Maryland college football matchup on Saturday, October 26, 2024. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It's college football Saturday. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you love our premium picks, you can find them over at Pickdawgz.com under the premium picks tab. I've also got a link directly below this video in the description. Prices start at just $15, and you can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make big bets, people with big bankrolls looking for a VIP type experience, that one-on-one type service. For that, though, you got to text the number you see on the screen. Just keep in mind, it's our most expensive premium product. But anyways, let's get to it. Minnesota taking on Maryland, Big Ten battle. Maryland coming off the big win against USC last week. Of course, Minnesota had already beaten USC a couple weeks ago, and then they knocked off UCLA last week, two of the new members in the Big Ten. Meanwhile, lost against Michigan in that game for the Little Brown Jug. Controversial onside kick recovery, non-recovery thing going on in that one. Of course, the loss to Iowa was a bit of a one-sided game. And outside of that, really, when you look back at the beginning of the season and that 2-point loss to North Carolina, that's really the difference between Minnesota really having a really strong record and being just a game over 500. As for the Terps, that 29-28 win over USC, bouncing back from the 37-10 loss to Northwestern and the 42-28 loss to Indiana. This is a team they squeaked by Virginia 27-13, lost to Michigan State, earlier this season as well. I think with Maryland, it's just one of those things where it's like they're not a bottom feeder, but they're not like an elite team either. Can they make it to a bowl game? Sure, but they're going to have to really put it together here at the end of the season. Minnesota, I think, is closer to being a bowl team than Maryland is, and I think they are the better team. And I think when you look at it, the way that they're playing, the Maryland offense has been fairly strong, especially passing the football, where they're 10th in the nation in passing yards per game, but up against a Minnesota defense that's 4th in the nation in passing yards against. In fact, when it comes to total yards against per game, Minnesota is the 6th best defense in the nation. Maryland, 38th best on offense. So not really, a horrible, actually a very good offense. It's really top 25%. And, of course, Minnesota's defense, though, top 10% or better. When you look at, it'd be top 5%, actually, when you shake it out. But the thing is the Maryland passing offense is really good, but so is the Minnesota pass defense. So it's pretty much very, very close. But I just think that Minnesota, what they've done defensively is they recover a lot of fumbles, and they also intercept a lot of passes. 3rd best in the nation in interceptions, 6th best at recovering fumbles. And when you do those sort of things, well, it really does make a gigantic difference if you could win the turnover battle on a regular basis. Now, the Gophers' offense has been nothing special. The passing game is just really, really lagging, but the Maryland defense has been absolutely terrible. 120th in the nation in passing yards against at 269.4. They are 19th best in rushing yards against, so they certainly stack the line, but teams just throw all over them, and that's why they're 78th ranked in the nation in total yards against per game, but 19th best in rushing yards against. And, when we look at this Minnesota offense, just very, very boring, very, very conservative. A high completion percentage, 18th best in the nation at 67.8%, but just not a lot of yards to show for it. I think when you look at these two teams, I just think Minnesota just less likely to make the mistakes and more likely to capitalize on the Maryland mistakes. And really is that simple, especially laying less than a touchdown with the Gophers at home in this one. I'm going to have to roll with Minnesota, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.